So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're returning, welcome. I'm so blessed to be here, and I can't wait to get into your reading. Today's reading is a requested reading regarding a person you are in no contact with. So this could be somebody that you're in minimal communication with. There's distance between you guys. You guys could be talking, but certainly there might be some tension felt or something unspoken. And we're going to look at what this person's emotional state is, and then we'll take a look at what this person would want to say to you, and then we'll look at this person's next move or action towards you. Okay, so this will be a pick a card reading. I'll be using these decks right here. Okay, I'll put a link to the card reveal for these decks for those of you guys interested in energetically charging these cards for future readings, and I'll put the timestamps all down below for your options. We'll get into your 4 options right now. So for option number 1, we have the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Option number 2, we have the Mystical Manga Tarot. And option number 3, we have the Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh Tarot. And for option number 4, we have the Radiant Tarot. So use your intuition, okay? And I don't want to hear that the box is too big, so it did this and it did that. That's your intuition. And if the box was big and you're pulled to it, then that was your intuition. Listen to your intuition, okay? Yeah, no reader's going to pick a pile for you that, unless they're just sort of lucky. Only you can use your intuition, okay? So sometimes it's difficult to really understand what our intuition's telling us if the fear is very loud. So you'll know exactly where you stand in your path to healing if you're having a challenge with your intuition. Okay, that just means the fears are loud and they're distorting your intuition, and they might seem one and the same. So intuition's quiet, there's no urgency, and fears are loud, and there's always a sense of needing to do, react, urgency behind that fear. Okay, protect, defend, say something, do something. So sit with your energy, and when you feel balanced, then you could certainly come back here, and you could certainly be pulled to multiple piles. Okay, I was feeling like someone needed to hear that. So sit with this. When you're ready, select from the timestamp below, and I will see you guys at your pick. Pile number 1, you guys picked the Ethereal Visions Tarot here, and we're looking at the person on your mind that you're in no contact with, okay, or minimal contact. There's distance between you and this person. We're going to be looking at this person's emotional state, and then we're going to be looking at what it is that this person would say to you if they were communicating their truth, and then we'll take a look at their next move, okay? So only entertain this if you're of a balanced state of mind, okay? This isn't meant to be triggering in any sort of way. All right, and if you're easily triggered or just triggered, that's generated from within yourself. Okay, that has nothing to do with readers on the internet, tarot, anything other than just what's going on inside our internal world. Okay, so thank you, Spirit, for showing us this message today for pile number 1 regarding the person that they're in no contact with or minimal contact. What is pile number 1's person on their mind's emotional state at the time that the viewer is watching this video? Thank you, Spirit. Please protect me and the viewer and this connection as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So so blessed to be here. What is the person on your mind's emotional state energetically at this time? I'm doing 3 tarot cards for the overall energy, unless I feel like I must pull more. Try to stick to 3, okay? Energetically, what is going on in pile 1's person's? I'll pull one more. Those don't feel right. Kind of flopped weird. Pile number 1's person's emotional state overall in this period of no contact. What is going on? I feel there is another. There we go. All right. Let's take a look. We have the well, 22. This is special in this deck, okay? Look at the big smoke plume behind her here. It almost is looking like a tidal wave. She has a pendulum, which I'm getting called, my goodness, these readings. I was like, I'll just spend a few minutes on a reading and then turn into these long marathons. But I do feel like there's a pendulum activity that's going to be required for this group. Okay, so there's a yes, no sort of question you have on your mind, I feel. And we will answer that question, okay? But remember, energy isn't fixed, so this energy could shift for sure, but it's how the energy is sitting, if it's yes, no. So come up with that question, okay, very specific. At the end of this reading, I'll give you guys time to come up with your question, all right? So we have the 8 of Swords, and it is in reverse. Then we have the 10 of Cups, and it's in reverse. All right. Here we have you got away. You're the one that got away. I'll look for you in the next life. And then we have Epiphany. I didn't realize how empty my life was until you left me. All right. And then worth waiting for. Alrighty. Then let me sit here with this energy and channel what this is. Okay. I do need my wand. Handy dandy wand. Okay, pile number 1, well, it's going to only give us a few words in this book, but it's special in this card. So it says astrological correspondence is Gaia. Okay, that's Earth, Mother Earth. So it says the well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix, and knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. In the upright, it's nurturing, opportunity in nature, and creativity. All right, so what is going on in this person's emotional state? First of all, what I want to say is readings could be flip-flopped and reversed, okay? Has nothing to do with me and also to do with how the energy came out. So apply it accordingly. Know that energy is not fixed and it could change 5 minutes from now. So don't get hung up and fixed to any ideas that are set in stone, okay? So I feel your energy here, and I do feel like I feel both your energies here, if I got to be honest, okay? I feel you're wondering whether this person feels the way you feel and what this future is going to look like with this person, and whether you guys can overcome anything here that has been keeping you guys apart. I don't know what the main challenge has been here to developing this future. It seems to me to be I don't know. It doesn't show me what the main hang up here is. But I feel your person's energy feels the way you feel. Okay? I do feel like your person does understand that there could be a beautiful future with you. And I do feel like your person's emotional state here is one of regret. And I do feel like it's taken this distance for them to have some sort of insight around what you mean to them. And I do feel like it's kind of giving off energy like, yeah, the one that got away. But it's not that you got away. It's like, I understand my involvement. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone sort of energy here. And I think that's what you're sort of trying to guess. Like, do they miss me? Do they feel my absence? Are they realizing anything? Like, are they okay just doing what they're doing? And the answer is no. I think your person was giving into like shallowy things, shallowy. Maybe it's the life that they know, but it hasn't been fully fulfilling to them. And I think this contrast of being involved with you or connected to you has given this person insights towards what they could be missing out on. But then it still stands the practical thing, like, how do I make it work? How can I overcome my beliefs that were telling me that I couldn't, or that I wasn't deserving of, or that there's some version of me that I'd have to encompass, be, do, have in order to be successful and make it work. And I think this goes deeper than just this connection, because I do feel like this person would treat connections in this sort of detached way. And it was their way of coping with some underlying thing that I don't see here what it is, but it does feel like it could be a self-worth thing or a coping way to keep people out, to be protected so that I don't get hurt, or I have low self-worth, so I don't think I'm good enough, or I feel I'm lacking something, confidence or the ability to provide in some way here. Whatever the thought I had about myself or my engagement in relationship was so real to me. And it kept me from entertaining you, to the point where I got what I wanted. Okay, wanted wasn't really what I wanted, but it was like I wanted to protect myself. I wanted to stay safe. I wanted to keep people out. And it's like I got what I got. Now we have this division. You're on the other side now, or far away, or had enough, or just I created this distance. You don't trust me, or it's just been too long, too much time, or just it's been cold. I've been cold. I've been acting like I've been, I'm now getting into what they're saying to you, but we're going to see with the cards. Okay, but it does feel like it's an energy here of, I've been cold to you. I've been giving off like I don't care. I've been more looking at the things in my world that didn't matter as much to me, prioritizing those things. I let my own confusion about relationship as a whole, not about you, because this person I do feel is always sort of certain about you. But it's like my own confusion about relationship, my own self, my own identity within relationship, and my understanding of that get in the way of us going through with this thing. So just because they recognize this, it doesn't mean they have a game plan. And that's what I think is going on here. It's like, I still don't know, like, what I would say. There goes my email. Thank you for confirming, Spirit. Like, what would I say to you? How would I smooth this over? I made such a clusterfuck here, probably. You're probably really confused about my intention or my integrity or what I want because of how I've been engaged with you. And I have no idea whether you're ready to entertain this or not entertain this at all. This person feels like they hurt you. Yeah, they feel like they hurt you. And it's like, I want, what they're saying here is like, I want to make it better, but I feel like the damage is irreparable. Like, I can't repair what I have already created. There's a lot of damage done here. And I feel like there was a part of them, okay, like a part within them, and I do feel it's something connected to their inner child, which didn't allow this person to receive love and give love in a healthy way that allowed them to be vulnerable and innocent and expressive. And I feel like that part of them has been trapped within them. So it's been at the expense of them experiencing connection. And I do feel like there's a strong energy here of, I got to appear strong, So it could very well be like a masculine energy, some sort of stereotype, like masculines aren't vulnerable, or don't express how I feel in some way. And even if it is a feminine energy, it's like I gotta be strong here and be more about my mind than I am about my feelings or vulnerability or allowing love in, or for me to even receive and give love here. So I think you have a big question, because that's how I started. And I do feel like you have a question, and I got the pendulum ready. Okay. But I think your question here is like, based on everything that's happened here, it's like you've seen an experience with them. It was very real to you about this person sort of inactive or withholding, showing they prioritize other things, or being cold, and how they've been. And your question, because you know of a deeper truth here, I think it goes very, very, very deep here. And your question is like, okay, like after all this, or with all this being said, could there still be this build that I know to work towards here together? Is this still viable? And this is going to drive your action, because it's like, if they're going to work through this thing and see the truth and understand certain parts, it's like, is this, like worth the dance here? Or am I sort of here with wishful thinking? Because I don't think you want to have wishful thinking. And so I feel there's a similar energy coming from the two of you guys in regards to trusting that this connection could work. Because I think your big thing is already what's happened has proven to you one thing logically, but the feels are showing something else. And it's like, how do we bridge this? And I don't know exactly, where my person is, like internally, like, are they willing to do the work? Are they going to overcome this? Is the love strong enough to overcome it and fix this thing? And their thinking is the damage beyond repair. How do I now gain the tools or the knowledge to do things different here, or just overcome the challenge that I've had, which has been, a mental thing, and not being able maybe to communicate my deeper truths or let love in and share love. I still don't know how to do this, or whether I could even repair this. Like, are you mad at me? Is this something that is irreparable here? And so I do feel like there's a deep truth going on in this connection. It feels very telepathy, spiritually, about the truth. Because I think in the heart of the truth, this connection runs very, very deep. And I do feel all of this because I think deep down, both of you guys know that it is worth whatever experience to get to the finish line, although painful, and although the mind doesn't really understand, like, how long will this take? Is there going to be proactive actions here in overcoming these things? And what's my role? And what's your role? And am I supposed to wait here? Am I supposed to move on with my life? Am I supposed to just accept that this is sort of it, so I can close this door and close this chapter and this understanding, So I think there's these sort of things going on emotionally. And so I think I got a blended pile here of you and your person's emotional states. We will look at what they'll tell you and then their next move. But I do feel like there's the pendulum here, which I do want to get to your question. Okay, but before we do that, let's look at what they'd say, because your question might morph based on what comes through here. Okay, so we already sort of tapped into some of those concerns. And I think they're very silent right now. Like, they're not expressing, the deepest sort of realizations going on here. And it's all sort of happening, this epiphany or this understanding, because of the distance that's created, that they created. And I think you guys are both like sort of looking energetically at each other, like, okay, what now? And is it safe for who to step forward and who's going to step forward? Seems like this like stare down, So will you choose me? I'm just going to step forward. Are you going to like choose me? Meaning, are you going to do the work? You're wondering, like, by choosing me, that means you're going to confront whatever it was here that you couldn't or you didn't in the past. The confusion, the self-speak that was what you were sort of doing here, rather than supporting your feelings for me and overcoming this thing. And this person's like, will you choose me? And despite all the damage I've created? Like, is this still viable to you? Are you just going to not forgive me and move on because I've done too much damage? Is really what this is about here, okay? Fours are about structure, foundation, stability. 4 is divine masculine energy with the Emperor. So we have Aries and Scorpio. We have so many choices and options. I think this is talking to the 7 cups energy that's really felt here in this connection with all. There's clouds above her head. There's clouds above his head. Okay, clouds to me is like there is a confusion about all the choices and directions this could go. Because I feel like for you, it's like, I don't want to get fixated and hung up on somebody here who's already concluded some sort of understanding that they're not wanting a relationship, they're not worthy of it, they're not willing to do this, that, or the other, or confront whatever they need to. Or I could wait here and see if they do something about this. I could approach them. I could wait. Like there's so many sort of questions. And I feel with your person, it's like, I've done damage. Like, are we going to stay in these patterns, that I've created? And if I do, I could lose you forever. Like, I could try to repair this and then fail. I could repair this and then it actually work. Like, there's so many ways this could go, and it almost feels like we're freezing because we want to do it right, because it matters. That's what it seems like. It really matters to me, and I don't want to just do whatever willy-nilly here. Okay, 6 is problem solving. 6 is compassion and harmony. 6 is the Lovers and the Devil. Okay, so I do feel a very strong pull here energetically, telepathically, a bond here that is very strong. So we have some Gemini and some Capricorn energy. What else does pile number 1's person wants to communicate? It does feel very blended, like I said, because it feels like both you guys are sort of mirroring each other energetically with this sort of thing. Have I lost everything? That's the one that got away, And I think your question here is like, is that it? Like, that's it. They're unhealed, Is it over? Like the dream of building something with this person sort of dying on the vine. Like they didn't go after it. They didn't say, let me fix it. They didn't try to repair it. They're not sort of showing signs that they are going to do anything to repair it. Is it gone? Like, is it lost? And it's so intense here. It's not lost. It's not forgotten. Okay, but I think both of you guys are questioning this thing because I think neither of you guys can conclude it, because what you're seeing and experiencing is a removed energy physically. But in the spiritual, there's this very strong devilly energy here, okay? But the devil in the shadow, in the light, okay? Because all cards in the tarot have light and shadow. The devil in the light is this intensity that drives us, It's like it borders on obsession. And usually, like, people who create things in this world, they had to create an obsessive desire of a relentlessness in order for them to overcome challenges and work through things, And although it's very challenging for sure, there feels like there's a bond here that's still very, very, very strong. It also feels to me like there's something still unresolved here within both of you guys with this well. And I do feel it is in subconscious. And because now it's coming through, that this is blended there's 2 energies here. It's like a blended pile, your energy and your person's, although I was intending only to see your person, but this is how it came out. I could see it separate for sure. Okay. Your person and yours. And I do feel like why this is important is because I see only within your person this deep sort of challenge that they're having about giving and receiving love and their self-worth and self-value. And I feel it's mirrored within you as well. And so this is why I feel the devil is present, where there's still a chain here to this connection, because I feel there's lessons needing to be learned about self-love, self-worth. And so there's an unconscious pull or a subconscious pull towards each other in order to really look at these things that have been hindering ourselves. Okay. So no, it's not over. I lie awake thinking about our future. So that's the thing of it. It's like we could fantasize. That's that 7 cups. It's like fantasize about the ideal state in which we could be happily ever after, and knowing it exists here. And I feel you're bonded to it and you can envision this thing. But it's like the reality of the experience here is far from this. And your person could see this thing as well, because this is what they'd want to experience. But in reality here, what's going on? They're sort of in this sabotage energy. There's a need to heal this inner child that doesn't allow themselves to give and receive love because it's been abandoned, it's been hurt, it's acting in a way here that's trying to protect itself. Okay, so this inability to express, this cold energy, or this removed energy that your person's been, or this cool guy energy, or very tough energy, whatever that energy they've been encompassing has been to protect this vulnerable self. And it's just created this distance. Okay, so let's see. There might even be a self that doesn't know how to commit in a practical world here. It's like, I must protect myself at all costs. Okay, it's life-threatening if I entertain something here. You already know. So yeah, like I said, it's telepathy. It really is here. And I feel like, remember I said I got this pendulum because you have questions. It's almost like you know, but the fear is so loud. And that was my caveat at the beginning of this reading, because I do feel like the fear is so loud that now we're questioning, you know, like the truth. It's like, I don't know, like for sure. But it's like, why is it so intense here then? There's a bubbling truth here, but the fear is so loud that they're like competing with each other. Like, is this wishful thinking? Am I just sort of obsessed or attached, or like have this like this story, you know, this fantasy story, like looking at an ideal thing or like a future that's like just, it's all fantasy, and I need to come to some sort of reality here, is what the mind is saying. But it's like the soul already knows something here about this person, and I can't just sort of release this and pretend like there's nothing. Okay, so, and I feel like this person, because this is what they're telling you, is like, it's like you know, because you could see right through me, but it's like they haven't told you. Like, I feel it's all in the mind. This person hasn't allowed themselves to let you in and flow with energy, like express themselves, how they feel about you, what they want, be vulnerable, show love, give love, receive love, like let it flow. It's like, but you know, it's like, oh yeah, but knowing is not doing, really, at the end of the day, allowing it to flow. It's restricting it here. So what does pile one's person wants to say to them? What do they want to say if they were to say anything at all to them? We have, I don't want to wait any longer. Please be mine. So again, there's this pause. It's almost like, get ready, get set. And you guys are both sort of there waiting for the go time. That's what it seems like to me. You don't want to wait anymore, you know, but when's the perfect time to come in? After everything I've done to hurt you, like, are you upset? Are you going to, I don't know. It's like this fear of being consumed by your energy, where they might lose control, you know? It's all about being in control here. I miss you, but I don't have time right now. So there's that little voice that creates the avoidance. It's like, I want to go in right now, and at the same time, I don't have time right now. Like, I want to go in, and I'm holding myself back. I want to tell you how I feel, but then that's that fear. The fear is louder, and so I just sort of hit pause here. I'm in this freeze mode. So this person is definitely acting out of fear. Okay, what do they want us to help? One says, do you miss me the way I miss you? Oh my goodness, it's felt on both sides here, you guys, so for sure. Okay, but they're wondering this, and I think you're wondering that too. I think you guys are both wondering, like, exactly how you feel, I feel, is how your person feels, because I can see these both sides happening here, you know? And it's like the not knowing is making it even worse, because it's like, I miss you. Like, do you feel the same? Am I just sort of here feeling this on my own? Let's see. What does pile one's person want to say to them? And then we'll look at their next move. What does pile one's person want to say? I feel empty without you. Yes, you're the one that got away. You're the one that I could see having an ideal future with, and I screwed it up. So not only is it just like you're not here for me to have it? It's like knowing that I'd have to live with my own action created this distance, my own action or lack of action, whatever it was that I wasn't able to do because of the fear and the stories pushed this connection to a point where, and now I'm sitting here without you. And now what? Now I just miss you. And I look at what I created here. It's like looking at the devastation here, okay? We need to let each other go. So this is that fear talking, the push-pull. It's like I need to move on. And this is the energy I was feeling from you when I said you had questions like, do I wait? Should I just go? Like, are they going to like, and their question is like, if I step up and I can't do the thing because I still haven't learned it, I don't know how to be expressive. I don't know how to be vulnerable. I don't know. Like, I don't just incorporate these skills out of the blue. And if I do step forward, how can I be sure that I'm not going to create more damage, or that I can even support you in a way here that's going to be healthy enough for this connection? Because I don't have confidence in my ability to be this healed version of me. So is it best that we just sort of move on from each other? But this devil will not let you guys move on from each other. There's a need to heal this thing, not cover it up, not avoid it, not go on to another connection to still have this thing, this wound present. This is what we need to sort of deal with here, okay? So karmic connection, moving from the patterns, exactly. This is exactly what the bigger picture here is. This is why the devil pull here is like, as long as this unhealed inner child that isn't capable of expressing oneself and giving and receiving love in a healthy way, they'll forever be pulled to this connection, because this connection represents this doorway to healing for them. And it's the devil that gets them there. Because if they didn't feel the passion, the pull, and the intensity, they could just protect themselves like this and go entertain a lot of surface connections and be totally fine. But it's like, in order to have you work with you, build this thing must be healed. It must be built on integrity and truth, and a healed version, not an avoidant, not a confusing energy here. This feels very karmic, okay? And the pattern is one of, I feel that one too, but the pattern is one of, this is how this person engages in relationships. And they haven't quite had a relationship that has made them have to confront this thing. It's like they're going to have to heal this pattern, okay? And like I said, I do feel it's mirrored. So you might have other patterns. Maybe it's not avoidant, but I do feel there is a block to giving and receiving love in a way that might be from an unconditional place here, or a healed place, okay? I hope our paths will cross again in the future. So there's a desire to get together, okay, for sure. But I feel like it's like, what do I do now? I'm not healed now. I don't know what to say now. I don't know what to do now. I don't know if I could repair it now. I don't even know that I'd be confident to do anything except for step forward. But is that enough? No. Because you'd need something from me, or me to be something. That's something I'm not right now. But in the future, could I be this person? Okay, until, of course, this energy and this intensity gets too loud, and then we must confront the fear and do something. Otherwise, we could just avoid this forever. We wouldn't proactively want to heal our wounds, ever. Why? It's easier to just avoid and keep it in the subconscious and distract ourselves and numb ourselves and keep ourselves superficially happy, okay? No matter who I am with, my thoughts always lead me back to you. Exactly what I'm saying here is like, there's no escaping this thing. This karmic pull, this need to resolve this wound, is very strong, and it's very present when the mirror shows the opportunity of a great truth, of a future that fulfills me. And it's going to keep leading me back to your energy until I resolve this thing. There's no escaping this thing. There's no escaping, only healing and resolving and meeting ourselves where we're at. If we're severely damaged, we have to accept certain parts. Okay, now there's no such thing. There goes my emails, that we're damaged. But when we believe and we hang on and we anchor in ourselves an anchor point of a belief, then it's that activity surrounding that thing and that belief that keeps it alive. And it's like, I must undo these beliefs. So I feel like there's strong beliefs within you and your person about yourselves. And that's what this connection is showing you guys in another. to undo these beliefs one by one until you're free, so you guys can consciously choose this connection, not from a place of fear, but from a place of conscious choice. So here's the pendulum. Come up with your yes, no. And the more specific yes and no and clear your question is, the better. Okay, specific as in pointed, not necessarily long. Okay, make sure it's a yes, no, and I will answer your question now. So you can pause, think of your question, and let's see, Spirit, for pile number 1. I have a question. Is the answer a yes or a no? Ask your question now, pile number 1. Your answer is no for now. Okay, that could change. Like I say, energy fluctuates. And I could do it again in 5 minutes and it'd be completely different. But at the time of the watching, your energy, or the answer is no. Okay, so pile 1, this is your reading. Oh, no. What we're going to do is their next move. Their next move. Sorry, completely forgot. Let's see, what are they going to do? And that might have been your part of your question here. So we might bring the pendulum out again based on what we see here. Sorry. All right. So, Spirit, for pile number 1, we want to know the person on their mind, the person they came here about, the person we just channeled here. What is their next move? What will the next action be in this connection? However, we can see pile number 1's person's next move in this connection. Thank you, Spirit. Clear and concise message. Now, usually what I find, if we're like looking into like future energies, if there's a conscious choice that needs to be made, okay, like this is sort of where it stalls out, because it really depends on our free will and what we choose. And so we'll see if there's like unconscious energies, or like where it sort of gets stopped. Okay, and like where the decision point is, like the decision to make a move or the impulse to act. Okay, so let's see, what will pile 1's person's next move be? The person on their mind. What will they do next? All right, we have Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, a Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse, bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Swords. Under Three Swords, we have the Knight of Wands, and he is in the reverse, so 2 Knights. Knights are how we express ourselves. Okay, it's all about action with the Knights. This Knight of Wands is in reverse. This Knight of Pentacles is in the upright, which is great, because Knight of Wands isn't very reliable here, okay? The Knight of Wands is full of sort of piss and vinegar and changes its mind and sort of reacts. It's impulsive. It's all fizzle. It's all spark. And your person could have been very sort of moved by the moment, you know, just sort of acting on impulse. And I think it led to a Three Swords. And so the Three Swords is the pain that's inevitable that this person must look at. And I feel like their experience with you has morphed them from a Knight of Wands to a Knight of Pentacles. And so they're morphed to this Knight of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles is the most reliable knight. Okay, he's the knight that you'd want to sort of pack your parachute. He's going to go over everything 50 million times and be very careful. Okay, and it could be kind of frustrating to watch sort of the process, because it's very, 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 very slow, stuck at times with this Knight of Pentacles. But it's going to lead to something solid and official here. I feel your person feels unavailable in the 3D to show up for you due to the 8 Swords beliefs, whatever it is. I can't commit. I'll lose my freedom. I'm not confident enough. I don't have the job, the car. I don't have the skills. I'm not a person that's capable to step up to your energy. Whatever the belief is here, all of the above or whatever it is, I feel your person is consistently working through this pain, because the pain is created by those thoughts of themselves. and the lack of self-love that's getting in the way. And I feel like this process can look like many different ways. For some of you guys, it could certainly be the more they react and engage with you, and the more they come in as this Knight of Wands, and it keeps perpetuating a 3 swords, a no contact, a disappointment. The more they understand their need to morph into this Knight of Pentacles. For others of you guys, the longer they're in separation from you because of their Knight of Wands energy, the more they're going to encompass this Knight of Pentacles energy. This pain, this suffering, this lack of self-love, their inability to have a new beginning here in love for themselves is blocked until they resolve this. This is their karmic thing they must work through. And how do they do this? They have to look at this thing head on, this inability to show up in a way here that's stable, grounded, available. And so for some of you guys, this person could be choosing superficial relationships. I am getting that for some of you guys, okay? But if it's not like people relationship, it's like superficial, because we got it in the card there. It's like the epiphany. I was choosing other things, you know? It's like the things I was involved with was what I kept sort of entertaining. And it's like the more they do that, so it has nothing to do with you so much. This is their energy saying the more pain they experience by being in separation with you, or by going through the ups and downs with you, or seeing that their behaviors are always sort of creating an argument or a loss, okay, or some sort of separation or distance, it keeps coming back to this one thing: self-love, and seeing themselves through the eyes of somebody here who's carried a belief about themselves that needs to be healed and repaired, if you will. Repaired, I use loosely because there's nothing broken, but seeing through this illusion in a solid way here consistently. And this is what they're going to work through. And this will look different for all of you guys for sure, you know, because for some of you guys, it's like, I got to burn and turn with the sex, drugs, and rock and roll, or the superficial relationships, you know, or just be so apart from me where I can't take it no more. Okay. And I have to sort of deal with this thing, but it's like what Spirit is showing. And like I mentioned to you guys, it's like, I can't see beyond this thing because this is where it's stopped. Like, this is where it's stagnant. This is the conscious free will here. They have to be the ones to undo the thoughts that are creating the suffering and heal the 3 swords and this block to love and this unworthiness and this inability for them to show up for you. This is all them. This has nothing to do with spirit. And this is where it's blocked, because we can't do this by pretending or faking or just covering it up and showing up. That's not really doing anything. That's just keeping energy stuck. The pain is still there. The 3 swords are still there. The block to love is still there. The inability to have a new beginning is still there. Them not showing up will always sort of repeat here or be stuck. Okay. They have to look at this thing. So there's no way around it. And eventually it's like, that's what they do. And when they look at it, what does this mean? This means they can heal it and move on with themselves. They can heal it and move towards you. They could sit here and suffer for 50 years and not do anything with it and just be really in suffering. Depends on their suffering tolerance here, you know. But one thing's for certain, it's like, I have to look at it. I have to look at it if I want to have a new beginning for myself that's fulfilling, that allows there to be a flow of love. There's no way around this thing. And maybe in the past, you know, your person's been able to sort of dig around this thing. And so it's stopped here. It's really stopped here until they are forced to sort of do this. So I don't know however many times your person has been around, you know, or if they're completely sort of on an island unto themselves because they've come around too many times as this Knight of Wands. It's like, I can't come back like a Knight of Wands here. I have to sort of morph into this Knight of Pentacles until it becomes something solid here. But it really is hindering on them looking at their past, you know. It really is like this belief, this version of them that they've created because of the past. Like the childhood or the wounding or the abandonment or the beliefs of lack of self-love, like all of that stuff is there. It doesn't disappear because we have love for someone now, you know. It doesn't go away. So I don't think your person is ready to have a new beginning with you. I feel their pain is very present here. And I feel like their intention is very good, but it doesn't matter about intention when we're needing to heal. All right. So pile number 1, this is your reading. I hope that this helped you. If you're called to another pile, then do you guys think we need to do maybe for some of you guys, if you have another question, let's do one more. Okay. Yes, no question. And you can ask it right now. Spirit, for pile number 1, their yes, no question. What is their answer with the energy right here, right now? Yes or no? It's hindering on an undecided to a no. Okay, it's like no, undecided is sort of sitting there. So it's sort of, this is what I'm getting for that question you just asked. It's like it will be a no only because it's undecided. I hope that makes sense to your question. It's like it's sitting there. So this is why it's sort of a no or a negative or like a not. Okay, no, not. But it's only because there's this pause period. Something's up in the air. Something needs to click or be sort of move or be understood or something like this. Okay, so pile number 1, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. You guys picked the Mystical Manga Tarot. Awesome. We're looking at the person on your mind. And you guys are in a period of no contact to limited no contact, okay, which could mean maybe you have very few words spoken with this person, or you're on a need to know sort of basis, but there's emotional distance between you and this person. Okay, or you could be in a period of separation, no contact, you haven't talked to this person, seen this person, blocked this person, whatever is going on here. And we're going to ask about their emotional state. And then we're going to look at what they would want to say to you right here, right now. And then we'll look at their next move or action towards you. Okay. So please keep in mind that the energies could be reversed, meaning I've tapped into your energy. If that's the case, go check out another pile. I can't help how it comes out here. Okay. So Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 2 regarding the person they're in no contact with or limited contact. And what is the emotional state of pile number 2's person at this time that they're watching this reading for the greatest and highest good of this connection? Pile number 2, the person on their mind. Please protect me and this connection as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good. What is pile 2's person's emotional state in this period of no contact? We'll do 3 cards. And we'll use this oracle as well. And then we'll channel. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of this connection. Is there another? I feel there's one more. There it is. Okay. Let's take a look. We have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. She's in the reverse, yes. And then we have Page of Wands. Lots of wands, fire. And then we have the Tower in the reverse. 2 people in the Tower here. Interesting. Okay, we have trust your intuition. And we have dating. I'm back into the dating scene and making the effort to move on. Okie dokie. Let me sit here with this energy and get this person's emotional state. Okay, pile number 1. This definitely could be your own energy, okay? But it could be someone you're dealing with. Keep an open mind as to whose this belongs to here. And I don't select from a Rolodex who I want to see or what's going on here. I just ask the question, okay? So if it's not your pile, it's not your pile. I do feel it's your energy, but it could be completely out to lunch. So what I do feel here is somebody here who feels scorned, okay? And I do feel it's somebody here who it might be sort of in denial is sort of how I'm taking this whole thing. And I do feel like it's you, like I said, okay, but it doesn't have to be. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy strong in this pile. And it's one of whatever you experience. I'm going to read it this way, okay? If you don't like it, then go elsewhere. So it's like, I don't like what I experienced in this experience I had with the person that I came here about. It left me feeling like a lack of self-confidence in myself, or I feel like they didn't see me for my value at all. I don't feel like they appreciated me, seen me, understood what I was about here. They didn't back it up by action. And it's like I can't do anything here except for do something that I feel I could do. And this is where I feel there's a little bit of an in denial. And this in denial is that there is something that we can sort of do to make ourselves feel better. And what's that? It's like I'm going to go entertain and distract myself. So either there's this going back on the dating app, or it's just talking to all my old friends that I used to see if there's any sort of spark here, because I got to do something to sort of move forward. And what Spirit is talking about here is like, this is actually an avoidance technique, okay? And it's like, well, why? That person won't talk to me or won't see me or won't and won't. It's like, yes, because it's getting you to see something about yourself. Okay, so this is about this person's emotional state. What's this person's emotional state? This person's emotional state is I need to feel good about myself. And so I'm going to go seek out there something that's going to band-aid this thing, because it's incongruent with the truth that I know. What's the truth that I know? But that underneath it all, I am deserving and loving and high value, and that I don't need to chase, and I don't need to go seeking out there something that's going to reflect my value. But I don't feel this way right now. And so this is why I go and date and seek. And we could say, oh, it's just human nature to want to bond and to, no, this is different. Okay, this is a distracting coping mechanism. And because doing the thing that we were being actually called to do here, which I do feel has to do with the ego and the dissolution of the false beliefs. This is why we experience what we experienced here. Somebody who didn't appreciate us, somebody here who maybe made us feel some way about ourselves. And it's really saying it's not actually going to get solved with more distraction, with the right person now being in your world, you know. It's not about attaching to someone who will then value you, who will then talk to you, who will then appreciate you, who will then commit to you. No, because the wound is still here. The false self is still masquerading around. And it's the belief that's untrue about yourself that's going on internally. And so Spirit is saying that we're just covering this up. We're putting lipstick on the pig, whatever, Band-Aid on the wound. And we're trying to hype up some sort of way to explore something that might scratch the surface or feel good. So if this is your person, because now I'm just going to say it this way, like your person is the one that's now sort of dating around here. It's because then this person feels like they don't want to look at their own wound. Okay, but it stands strong here that they feel like they weren't seen or appreciated by you. Okay? So you could flip it however you do. But this person, I do feel, as a result of this connection, person you came here about, the engagement between, the dynamic between these two has resulted in somebody here avoiding looking at their own way of why they date or how they date or what they think of themselves and why they do what they do. And it feels to me very much like a reactionary energy that's just going to scratch the surface here, because I don't like what I'm left with here. And it's like, well, what am I left with here? This person's either not going to talk to me, not doing what I need them to do. It's a dead end. So I might as well make busy activity. But it's like, no, it's not about this busy activity. This is about shedding the egos and the beliefs here of oneself when it comes to connection and how we engage in that and what we think of ourselves and why we even date or why we even entertain this thing. Like, what's the grand purpose here? And we could really, like, you know, follow that sort of lie to self and say it's because I just know that I don't feel good on my own, you know? And it's like, okay, well, then that's a truth that we're feeling, but there's a reason why. And so we need to get to the root here. Okay, I don't feel like this person is getting to the root, and I think this person is scratching the surface rather than dealing with the pain here. And so let's trust your intuition. if this is your energy, okay, because I feel like I said, for a lot of you guys it is, and I know I'm going to get a whole bunch of people, oh, I came here for my person, that's like, okay, go to another pile, and I'd like to see your YouTube channel. So the intuition here knows that this does not feel good. Something I experienced here has did a reality check to me in some way. Is this a knee-jerk reaction now that I must go and seek for a validation immediately with someone else? Then, someone else is going to carry that role. Then it's just about someone filling a space, a role. But this has nothing to do with love and connection. This just has to do with a wound that needs supporting and scratching, and it'll be upkept here forever if we keep entertaining this sort of vibe. And so the intuition knows something deeper, and the deeper thing here is the truth that we are high value, that we need to see our own value, that we need to magnetize towards us the right people and the right vibration and the right energy when the falls, when the ego falls. But as long as we upkeep these beliefs, we keep entertaining shallow, superficial relationships. And then we keep experiencing disappointments. Or we could find someone and think they're the ones, but we still haven't healed the thing. And it drives 99% of our actions. What we say and what we do is that unconscious belief of self that I'm lacking or I'm not whole unless I'm in a relationship or unless someone's validating me or seeing my self-worth. And even if I think I'm like, even if I think I'm a rockin' person here, because I feel there's a high self-esteem. And then but if the outside world isn't seeing it this way, then I got to go seek it. I got to go prove to myself this thing. And so as long as we keep trying to prove something to ourselves, we'll keep seeking it. So one, it's tiring. And two, we'll always find support of that. We'll always sort of find what we're sort of seeking until it crashes, until it shows us something else. And then this is where suffering happens. And it's like, whoa, you mean it was an illusion? You mean it's not based on truths? You mean it was just an illusion of the mind or of an egoic identity? Yes. And this causes the suffering when the tower falls, when we see through the illusion. So this is a very sort of strong message here. But let's see, what does this person wants to then communicate? What does this person wants to say? I feel this person feels hurt. I feel this person doesn't see their value. I feel this person is trying to do a fixed Band-Aid. I feel this person is just either falling back on what they know. Let me talk to, all the people that maybe I had in my phone before I entertained this, or let me just sort of settle with half-assers here if that's going to make me feel good about myself, temporary fix. So let's see. What does pile number 2's person on their mind wants to say if they were to say anything at all? Is there another one? My nose is so itchy here. I miss you. Do you? 8 is my ego number. Yes. So again, it's like, this is really what I'm getting by this, okay? It's like if we're truly being of service, it's like putting everything out, let me make you feel better. Let me live sort of for you, to service you, to do what I can for you out of an output of this. But I miss you, do you? It's like I need from you. It's like a taking energy, a validating energy, an egoic energy here is what I'm feeling. Yellow solar plexus as well. Okay, that's the ego chakra. But yes, so we have a strong yes. We'll see. We'll pull tarot and what that's all about. I think we should see other people. Okay, this is this thing, which is like what? This is this person telling themselves. This is actually the fear, knee-jerking to another, to seek the Band-Aid fix. It's not helping me here. You're not stable. You're not telling me. You're not giving me a solid. You're, because I need this transaction. And if you can't be my transaction, we should see other people. Because then I'll be feeling okay about myself. Then I'll be feeling a certain way. It's like, are you sure about this? I think this person wants to move on so they could feel better about themselves because they want transactional here and they don't realize this. Okay, I want a fresh start with you, 01. So what's this? What do they actually want? They want to learn about love. Okay, but a fresh start means what? We have to come unbiased. We have to come fresh, meaning there's no baggage, there's no beliefs, there's no pains driving. It's a fresh. And in order to have this, we have to focus on ourselves. Like, where do we stand? Are we neutral? Do we have beliefs getting in the way of a fresh start here in love? And I feel we do. Okay, so what do they want to say? Why do we have to be apart? No, they don't like this experience. I can't, not right now. So this person is being asked to look at something within themselves and they're distracting. So they're saying, I can't right now. This is the thing that I know how to do. You know, I know how to keep myself sort of superficially okay, rather than sit with the discomfort of what's happening to me right now, because I feel rejected. I feel not seen. I feel alone. I feel in all these misbeliefs. There is no such thing as being alone. Okay, I mean, we could certainly not be physically with someone in our energy, but when we feel like we're missing something, when we feel like we need to seek someone in order to feel okay, then we're not okay. What does this person want to say? What do they want to communicate? Pile number 2's person on their mind. I feel there's one more. What do they actually want to say, if they were to say anything at all? All right. I know that we are spiritually connected, so there's a greater truth here. It's spiritual. It's not physical. It's not who can transactionally scratch my back and toot my horn or make me feel okay about my physical self, but spiritually. What's the spiritual truth of love? The spiritual truth of love is acceptance. Love is not transactional. Love is not on a conditional basis. So there's something here that it really needs to be seen here by this connection that's been spiritually catalyzed, okay? I need to own up to where I feel sure about this relationship. So, again, this self, if this is you, the spirit is saying the ball is in your court here. If you really wanted this connection to move or to do something, which I really feel you do, I feel there's a spiritual, very strong truth here going on in this connection. I feel like you think there's nothing I can do. It is what it is. The only thing I can do is move on here. And I'm not telling you have to be with this person. What I'm saying is there's something to look at. There's an onus on you here to look at something within self here, to be neutral and then decide whether you want this person or not, or then you want to move on or not. Like, it's impacting your relationships, this wound or this belief you have. Okay, and so it's going to follow you around. It doesn't matter who you date, how much the transaction fulfills you or not. It's like the wound will be there. It follows you around. Spirit is saying we must own up to looking at that wound, that thing that's created by the identity that we create to protect ourselves. That's what this connection brought about. I'm moving on with my life. Exactly. I'm just going to close the door and move on and pretend like that person, they're the problem. I have freedom to go do what I want. And yes, the ego builds this whole independent self, my power, I'm empowered, and it creates this momentum to look at the pain, because I feel, don't take the message if it's not yours. Okay, but this does come from an egoic place of strong independent movement, and then we're unhappy because this isn't about how we date and who we're dating. This is all about our relationship to ourself. And I feel like this person is just wanting to move forward so they could forget it and put it in their back seat. Okay, I hide my true desires for you. It's going to loom in the background here. This pull, it doesn't just go away because we start dating other people. Like I said, it's going to keep haunting this person. They got to look at it and deal with it. They can't just replace one person with another here. That's what the wound wants to think and do. Ego, okay? I fell in love the moment I saw you. So something was catalyzed here. And it really was for this person to take a look at this belief in themselves. And so this is why it didn't work. It's not working so that this person can deal with this. And how they're dealing is just, I'm just going to attach and move and do actions here and hope it goes away, and upkeep this whole thing. And it's really requiring a self-plunge here. So without repeating myself, we're going to look at what this person's going to do next and see what their next move is. Now, like I said, in pile number 1, I can only see to a certain point because we do have free will to make decisions. And so if it goes to a certain point, where we have to resolve something, or that's where we're stuck, then that's, as far as I see, is like the stuck energy until we decide or see or become honest or do something to overcome. Okay, and that's up to us. Spirit can lead the horse to water, but the horse has to learn to drink. And so we can have many opportunities unless we are actually conscious of what we're doing here. So let's see. Pile number 2. Person on their mind. What's their next move? Pile number 2. Person on their mind. Their next move. Their next action in this connection. 3 Pentacles. 3 Pentacles is my counseling card. This is working through obstacles and challenges to come together to work through a game plan. Okay, collaboration, cooperation. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is also the work card, okay? So Wheel of Fortune is things turning for the better. It's sort of surrendering to the universe or the flow. And we have the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. And under that, we have the 8 of Wands. And it is in reverse. Okay, let me sit here with this energy. This is a communication card. This is a communication card. The Knight of Wands is how we express our emotions and show up with emotions with this Knight of Cups. I'm getting a lot of sort of energy here. 9 of Pentacles under that. Okay, so this part here could definitely be different for a lot of you guys. But one thing, I'll go with the for sure's with everybody. First of all, I do feel there's something very fated about what needs to be learned through experience here with this Wheel of Fortune. Okay? Which means what? Which means we have to sort of go through journey to learn things. We don't just understand it just in the mind and then we get it. You know, it's like we have to inner live it, inner experience it, then we have the aha moment. That's what Spirit's talking about. And so I feel like everyone's journey sort of goes through the flows of ups and downs as it happens, okay? Which means cycles. I do feel there's cycles happening and cycles that needs to happen in order for us to see and understand. And so I feel for this group, this is really talking about, we're still at the early stages of fully understanding certain things about ourselves, about others, about love, about flow. And I feel there's a big fat block here. Okay. And the block here, like we could be talking all day long, but the talk could mean absolutely nothing if the talk isn't stemmed from a true place. Doesn't mean we're lying. It means we're just sort of, you know, it's like, again, this surface Band-Aid stuff. It's like I could talk and think and do a whole bunch of things, but if it's not in line with truth, it's just busy work. It's just another cycle. So there does seem to be like what this person is going to do is repeat a cycle here and slowly but surely come to some form of an understanding that shows them that I just keep getting stuck here. This isn't the way out. This isn't the break out of jail card. The only way to do that is to understand my own self-worth and to come to a certain energy in this 3D world about myself, not through dating, not through not through this, that, or the other, and come to this organically through a process, bit by bit by bit. And how do they come here? By feeling stuck, feeling challenged, feeling like they can't or blocked or like they can't move forward. It's like I tried dating and it's like I keep thinking about that person, or it's not going anywhere, or it's like it just something feels off. Again, the intuition, yeah, it does. Why? Because the greater truth here is the thing that the universe is calling you to see. And until you start on that path and really sort of gain that clear understanding of that, this person is going to sort of navigate that whole thing, because the truth of the matter is the intuition, the heart knows no lies. The heart doesn't try to cover up a wound. The heart is not transactional. The heart isn't going to go seeking in another person some joy and fulfillment when it knows the truth. And so the Spirit is really talking about there being this through experience, through showing up and engaging, whether it be with surface dates, multiple dates, not being able to move on, trying to work with the person you came here about, okay, or the person, yeah, that you came here about, and like repeating cycles and coming up against the same obstacle here. It's going to be shown to you the truth of the heart, the true intuition here. This is what's going to happen. And once we start to see it, everything starts to become more clear and more clear and more clear, because I think we don't want to be stuck here anymore. Okay? And the truth of the heart, we can't silence it. We could run from it. We could pretend we don't see it. We could try covering it up. Okay? And I feel this is the experience. And so, like I said, for a lot of you guys, it really feels to me like it's through a mirror of other here that we experience. But Spirit's really saying the work to be done here is going through this journey of self-understanding and discovery, and asking ourselves the truth, and keep being sort of inquisitive here about, do I feel stuck? What am I communicating? Why am I saying what I'm saying? Why do I feel the need to move forward? Am I distracting myself? Do I feel whole and complete here and confident in my own energy? Am I seeking other to make me feel a certain way? And if so, why? Like, really understand this. And it's like, until I could be totally 9 pentacled here, I'm not able to consciously sort of choose and move forward and break out of whatever it is you're experiencing, if this is you, of course, to have like a workable union here, to create the third thing with this person, which you're fated to experience. It's like it can't happen until this process, this lesson, this journey is done proper. And we could burn and turn all we want. We could avoid all we want. We could dance around with others all we want. You know, it's part of the process, because then more and more we'll get to see the truth. And the truth is, where does my heart sit? And I think your heart sits with this person, you know, or at least it has to go back to review this thing from a conscious place, not from the wounded place, and say, is this still open? Is this viable? Is this something now that my wounding has been something I've worked through or seen through or understood? Can I actually show up here and work with this person? And until I reach that state, I can't work with this person, because the universe is keeping us apart. That's what this person's whole engagement in your world is for here, okay? I hope this made sense. I can't read it any other way. It's very clear to me here, okay? This is about empowerment, liberation, freedom, empowerment through the truth, not through distraction or an independence we create based on a wound or a boundary or a movement that we create out of a need to keep busy, because to sit with something within ourselves feels uncomfortable, you know? We can't avoid it. So pile number 2, this is your reading. I hope this helped you. Yeah, that's all I have for you, and I'll see you at the next one. All right, bye. Pile number 3, Bonestone and Earth Flesh Tarot. We're looking at the person on your mind, the person you're in no contact with or limited contact. Okay, there's going to be an emotional distance between you and this person. So there feels to be a separation here, okay, energetically between you and this person. Or it could be someone you just haven't talked to at all. Okay, and so we're going to look at this person's emotional state. Then we're going to look at what this person would say to you if they could talk to you and say whatever that they could. And then we'll look at their next move or action towards you, okay? So please keep in mind that the readings sometimes come reversed, and it's your own energy, and I can't help it. And if you don't like that, then go elsewhere. All right, so clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Spirits, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. The person they came here about, that they're in no contact. What is this person's emotional state? Pile number 3's person and their emotional state in this period of no contact, their limited contact. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this message. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So blessed to be here doing a reading. I feel there's one more. Pile number 3's person's emotional state. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. No? All right. So we have Cauldron Sisters, 3 of Cups. It is in reverse. And then we have the Serpent Fire with the Ace of Wands. This Ace of Wands is in some circle. It's giving me the fire and ice. Interesting. Okay. And then we have the charlatan, which is the 7 of cups. Okay. And we have grass is greener. I need time to see if there's better romantic options. It's this 7 cup energy. Okay. And then that's also this 3 cup. Party. I've been partying with my friends to avoid being alone at home. Okie dokie, smoky, artichokey. Let's take a look at this energy. Okay, pile number 3. This is a really triggering message, okay? It's definitely not going to be for everyone. And just because you click here doesn't mean this is what your person is doing, okay? Your intuition will probably already know this for sure. This is yours or not, okay? Don't take it if it's not for you. This could be your energy. It could be flip-flopped. If you don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it either. So go work on your own YouTube channel, okay? So what I see here is about somebody here who feels like they're acting out. So it feels to me like it's a fresh separation is what it feels like to me, you know? And if you've been separated from this person for a while, it could still be a reading, but you know that this person is like grossly hurting or very, very, very extremely immature. And this does seem to be somebody here who has needs to scratch an itch so bad that they validate themselves through other party, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Okay, it does feel to me like it's other people are going to make me feel good about myself, and it feels so shallow here. And it really feels like a coping mechanism. I don't see the wound. I don't see, you know, anything about wounding here. But anyone in this sort of an energy that I'm feeling here is totally in sabotage mode. And so if it's a fresh separation, no contact, then I can sort of have a little bit of leniency on this energy, you know, especially if, let's say, this person was sort of committed to you or sort of working through certain things. And then all of a sudden there was like a collapse. And then the collapse here is like, I'm just going to go back to my old way, you know, snorting coke off a hooker's ass, whatever this thing is here. This feels to me like somebody here who is really sort of numbing themselves through a very sort of simple way of sleeping around, you know? And if it's not sexual, then it's just like going to all these parties and like hanging out with all these people and look at these people sort of looking at me like I'm the party person here. It's like so tiring. It's not fulfilling, very exhausting. It's overdoing this sort of energy because the pain is very loud here. And it's really acting from an impulse. It's like, where's the party now? Where's the party? It's like trying. So this to me seems like more so the more I'm sort of reading, it's like if you just broke up with this person, or if it's been a little while and now it's starting to sort of build up, it's like, I got to do whatever I can to get you off my mind. This person is definitely doing whatever they can to get you off their minds, you know? It really is. And so I'm just sort of acting. It's really painful here, you know? And it feels like over drinking, over partying, and it does feel like immediate gratification, very impulsive. I haven't done one of these readings in quite some time here, you know? I don't even want to sit in this energy, but is there anything that's really pertinent here that needs to be told? I feel a lot here, like in regards to this, because this is the Ace of Wands, and I was really drawn to this circle. So circles to me could be cycles, okay, like repeating cycles. So definitely this person could have habitual patterns that are ingrained in how they cope with pain. They fall back on things that sort of numb them out, or, you know, could be superficial or, like I said, immediate gratification. But I also feel like this could symbolize a ring of officialness and commitment. And so this person could be very challenged with like committing themselves like officially to something that is greater for them, because there could be a belief that they're deficient or lacking or non-deserving in some way. So this could be really triggering for this person here, because I do feel like there's some tie with you, you know, somehow that this person is being called out to deal with this thing. So in this mode, I don't feel like this person is thinking about reconciliation. I feel like this person is doing everything they can to not reach out to you, to get you off their mind, to not think about this connection, to scratch the itch or the hole that they feel, because I do feel there's a hole that they feel right now in their world when you're not in it. Okay? But even before you were in it, there's a hole in their world. There's a hole in my world that I can't fill, and I'm just doing all that I can. So let's see, what do they want to say here? Sometimes these messages come from the high self, okay? What does pile number 3's person wants to communicate? And for signs, like I wasn't really getting, like we are seeing fire here, so Aries, Leo, Sag, but I feel it's more of this like impulsive energy this person is in, but because we were using the bone stone, I don't even know if I call this bloodstone, bone stone, earth, flesh, I feel there's a strong earth energy here, okay, but it's like, I think this person is anything but like grounded. I feel like they're in this like trying to numb themselves off. Like we have cups here. Cups are about emotions, but I don't know. It feels to me very much like someone who needs to get grounded in their emotions, who needs to feel what they feel without numbing it. What do they want to say here? Oh boy. All right. Well, we have, I'm tired of running. So they're definitely running. It's getting exhausting, but they're still doing it. But yeah, they're tired of it. Who wouldn't be tired? I'm exhausted reading this bloody thing. I miss you, but I don't have time right now. Exactly. I'm going to see. It's like every inch of my day is going to be filled with something superficial that's going to scratch the itch so that I don't have to sit there with the pain of thinking of you. So right now I don't have time to think about the separation or the thing. I remember the day we met like it was yesterday. So yeah, so I'm numbing this pain because the pain is very real and it's going to sit here humming, buzzing like a fridge. There's nothing you can do about the thing that we need to look at, no matter how much cover up we do. And this person is just covering it up, you know. But running, eventually we run out of steam, we run out of gas. It catches up to us here. So I don't think this person can run forever. Okay, but in this energy, they're running right now. We'll look at their next move, but these ones went flying at my arm. What do they want to say? Oh, there's another. What do they want to communicate? I feel it was this one and this one. And there's one more. My goodness. This person has a lot to say here. All right. I'm feeling a guilty conscience is what I'm feeling. I feel empty without you. Yeah, this is superficial. And so the more I do this, like the more I think, okay, then I'll be fulfilled. No, you're just burning and turning with empty sort of things here. People that aren't doing anything. I have never loved anyone the way that I love you. Of course. Okay. I don't even need to explain that one. I never want to see you again. You hurt me. Yeah, they're hurt. They're running. They got triggered. You hurt me, and now I'm just going to sabotage myself. I deserve to stay in this sort of an energy here. So hurt. This person is very, very hurt. You might benefit from looking at your person's shadow. I have a lot of in my playlist if you're new here because I don't recall reading for this energy. Okay, but your person's really, really hurt here, okay? I know that we are spiritually connected, of course. They cannot escape this truth, no matter how much running they do. I need to own up to where I feel sure about this relationship, and the only way to do that is to sit with the truth. The thought of you drive me crazy. Does that make sense? The thought of you drive me crazy? I don't know. That doesn't make good English, but clearly they're trying to cover this up. Please forgive me. I know I messed up. Yeah. So underneath it all, there's guilt. There's shame. There's missing you. There's an intensity here. I fucked up. I don't want to look at it. I'm just covering this up. Eventually, the crow comes home to roost, and the truth shall prevail, and the pain and the suffering comes bubbling up because they have to look at this thing. But right now, it's like, cover it up with whatever I can that feels good in the moment, and then it won't exist. So very immature sort of way of handling, but this might be the only way that they know. So we're going to look at now their next move. Okay, their next move, action towards you. And like I always say in all the piles, this is only able to look as far as it gets until we have to do a conscious choice. Okay, because spirit can only sort of bring opportunity, but we have to sort of get engaged with how we choose and what we do. And so this can't tell how someone's going to use their free will. Okay, I'm just going to see like where the energy is sitting, like how far we can see based on what this person will do. Okay, and sometimes it's infuriating because we just see them sort of sitting there in pain. It's like, well, then that's where they're sort of needing to do something different before things shift. So we'll see. Spirit, pile number 3. Person on their minds. This person we just channeled. What's their next move? Their next action towards pile number 3. What will they do next? Next move, next action in this connection. For pile number 3, thank you, Spirit. What will pile 3's person do next in this connection? We have the Ace of Pentacles, and it says Mandrake Spirit and the Skull of the Old One. The reverse. What will pile number 3's person do next? These two are together. We have Community, the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the King of Swords, King Arthur. All right, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And one more. What will pile number 3's person do here? The Sun in the reverse, the Wild Solar Dance. So Sun talks about clarity, talks about enlightenment and joy. It could talk about our childhood. We're seeing a community of people here. We got the community card here. Okay, so what's going to happen next? I feel like your person runs, okay, for as long as they sort of have gas. And in their mind, there is a narrative going on right now that has to sort of be examined. And this is really about the world around them. I feel like there's people around them. I don't know if it's friends, family, dating partners, the lifestyle of people, a network of people that I've created over a period of time. I don't know, bar scene. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, wherever this person sort of their go-to. There's this question that they're going to have to sit with and look at themselves, okay? And I feel like your person is not being honest with themselves about it right now. And I also feel like this sits up in the air here, getting in the way of a manifestation for them of this connection, because this energy is the thing that gets in the way of them building a new beginning that's based in truth, that's solid and official. That's why we're seeing that ring, something they could commit to, something that is grounded and rooted, something very solid. Okay, and I feel like anyone and everyone and their dog would choose a solid, official, beautiful thing here over a fleeting, disappointing, exhausting cover up because we're in pain. Nobody would choose this. Okay, and so if we don't have to look at it, we don't look at it. This person is holding on to an untruth here of something that's inevitable with the Sun. The Sun is delayed here because it's in the reverse, meaning eventually the truth comes out. Eventually the sun will rise. The truth is the truth is the truth. Just like the sun, whether you spin it around 10 different ways, it doesn't matter. It's always the sun here because the sun shining, whether it's upside down or not, it's always giving off the same light. This person is delaying a truth that's coming out about their lifestyle and the community of people and the support of the people around them, that they're misaligned right here. That lifestyle, that world, that support system, whatever it is that they've been lying to themselves about, can no longer stabilize them. This truth shall come out. And then there's a need to transform, meaning what? Meaning release. Release these people, move, do things differently. I have to say and do and think differently in order for things to change and shift and release so that it can make way for the new. That's the only way. Otherwise, it's blocked here. And this is going to be a thing that comes through, okay, inevitably. But I do feel your person's hanging on to this in denial. They're not seeing this truth right now because they don't want to accept this. I'm feeling some Scorpio energy as well as some Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here, and some Leo. I do also feel like this person has a wounded inner child, and I feel like this person could certainly have an understanding of themselves. Again, this ego thing of an identity of someone that they created. I'm the party guy, or I'm this person, or I'm the whatever. I'm the victim, whatever the story is that they create. And it's an untruth, and they're hanging on to this thing. And Spirit is saying, like, the community won't support it. The lifestyle will be something that can't get built upon or relied upon or stable upon. The thrill, it won't sustain itself. It won't be peaceful. It won't be joyful. It won't be blissful. It won't be in line with truth. And it's our nature when we finally understand and we see an illusion or we see something, finally we see through it. And then we can get contrast what the truth is and what the illusion is. We always choose the truth. Okay? And now, but when we're in the shadow, in pain, in suffering, in darkness, and it's the subconscious choosing, then it chooses illusion, lies, and it's avoidance and suppression. Okay? But if we're conscious, nobody would choose that. Nobody says, I like to live in lies, I like to live in illusions. So they believe their own illusion. They believe their own lie. They believe their own distortion because it protects them from seeing this wound. Because seeing the wound would mean what? Would mean I'd have to do something, release it, transform, admit some truths, do something in my world, cut certain people off. Okay, so their next move, I don't know. It's like them sitting with this lie, this untruth, this brewing truth that's coming to on the forefront. Slowly but surely, and that this person is going to have to sit there and look at it. There will be no way around it. And I also feel like their community of people, whoever these people are, bar scene, I don't know, dating, grass is greener people, it's like, it's not sustainable here. It's not joyful here. And my experience will be very real here because that's what I'm going to be experiencing. I can no longer lie to myself. I have to see it for what it is. And then what? And then it's like a domino effect. Once I see it, I got to be honest about what I see. And when I'm honest, I got to do something. But when I do something, I cut them out. When I cut them out, then I got to replace it with something. Otherwise, I'm just sort of floundering here. I got to be in line with my truth and my joy and my people and my happiness. So right now, you're part of this person's joy and happiness, but there's no space here for you as long as you're in this energy. Pile number 3, this is your reading. Sorry, it's a difficult one for you today. All right. Hopefully you didn't resonate with this, but if this is your person, then I don't know. I would just sort of, for this group, I do feel if it's here, if it's not, then I was going to get some timeline here for you. I don't know where my deck is. You know what? I'm going to pause it. I'm going to see if I can find my deck here of timing. Hold on one sec. All right, pile number 3. I'm using the Mystical Moon Oracle. Now, timing, like I always say, is kind of vague here because, well, one, this is a general reading. We're not on the same timeline, but it's really going to be like this person's ability to sort of work through their own in denials here and get conscious, But let's get some sort of timing here, maybe significant milestones, maybe when you'll hear from this person or when there will be shifts in their thought process, or it does feel like something's going to fall apart in their world, and then they'll have no choice but to be like, ooh, what happened with pile 3? Like, because the thing I chose here just totally let me down or showed its true color, that it's not sustainable. And I was choosing the unsustainable thing because I was unsustaining, I couldn't sustain, I couldn't commit, I couldn't build. And so I chose the thing that couldn't do or build. And then I got sort of stuck there. So it says, you have the power to create the timing by taking action. 34 or 7. So, well, the King of Swords is like, it's words, it's mental activity, it's able to take action based on truths. And I feel like what Spirit's really saying is, as long as this person believes in their lie and their mental understanding, it's going to upkeep this thing. And so first is like having to see this illusion for what it is. And I feel like there's going to be something in their community that doesn't fall through or doesn't make them happy, or some experience here that doesn't feel good. It's like it becomes visible, like it's not sustaining. I don't know. It's like, I can see it now. I can't build here, or it just won't support me here. It's not joyful here. It's not warm here. And when I sit in that, it's like, how long can I sit there? I have to take my own action and pull myself out of this thing. But for timing, like, I don't know. I'm seeing here 7, and that's July. Could be a number here. Okay, but this is timeless reading. So we could get March 4th, April 3rd for some of you guys. Time will bring a surprise. 32. March 2nd coming through. So I know this is passing energy for those of you guys who are watching, maybe a year from now. February 3rd, also a date here. Those could be anniversary dates as well, but time will bring a surprise. I feel like the surprise here is in this person seeing a truth that then reveals to them where they're actually standing. They're standing in an unsustainable environment that's exhausting at the end of the day. And this is a 5, and 5 is all about change and shift, okay? March, I was really getting March from these 3s, like I said. You know, even though we're, like I said, in April here, I don't know, maybe you met this person in March. For some of you guys, could be confirmation this is your pile. Okay, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, because that's kicking me off to the 4-leaf clover. 4-leaf clover for me is talking about luck, but of course, luck is just sort of like a belief in some sort of coincidence, you know, and there's no such thing. It's really about synchronicity and aligning with the highest vibration here. And it's up to us to align with high vibration. I feel this person is going to realize that they've been the one sort of magnetizing the unluckiness or the pain or the discomfort or the tiringness to them based on their actions and their beliefs. Okay, so March is coming through very significant here. Could be a birthday for sure. And then we have give it time. It's in the works with 1. So I feel it's inevitable. I feel for all of you guys it's different. I do feel it's going to be upon this person's realizations. I also feel like there's going to be a major sort of thing that happens here. I don't know if you want to call it a tower. Kind of feels towerish, but it's like an epiphany moment of realization. And it's not even really a tower. I don't think this thing was ever sustainable, but it's like I finally am looking at this unsustainable thing that I've been entertaining and realizing it's not happy here. It's cold here, or it's just not where I want to spend my time. And so how do we get to this? It's in the works. I have to involve myself with that thing. I have to keep going to the bar. I have to keep being disappointed by these people. I have to keep feeling these shallow things before I finally see and understand, you know? It has to be in the works. Like I have to journey the journey here and experience it. Otherwise, I'm just sitting on the outside, guessing, speculating, and not believing. So this person's going to come to the point where they believe that their way of life isn't fulfilling. And unfortunately, I don't know, maybe you've moved on. Maybe I don't know, you know, you just sort of cut your losses here with this person and they can just sort of kiss you goodbye in some way. And it could be March. You know, for a lot of you guys, it could take them a whole fucking year of this whole thing, you know? So that's unfortunate. I heard August right now too, so it could be something to do in August. Maybe you'll hear from this person in August. Okay, so this is what I have, pile number 3. I hope this helped you. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hey, pile number 4, the Radiant Tarot. Welcome to your group. Let's take a look at the person on your mind and what's their emotional state right now in this period of no contact. So this could be limited contact, meaning you and your person have some emotional space between yourselves, even if you are having words amongst yourselves. Okay, but it is felt here as a separation or a no contact. There's words not being spoken or communicated. We'll look at what this person wants to say to you and then their next move in this connection. Now, please keep in mind that my readings sometimes come reverse, meaning it's a flipped pile and it's your own energy, not your person. I can't help it. If you don't like it, then go to another reading, another pile. Okay, so let's ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. And the person they came here about, this period of no contact to limited contact. And what is this person's emotional state? What are they feeling? What is their emotional state about this connection at this time that the viewer is listening to this reading? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 4. Please protect me and the viewer and this connection as I channel this message. What is pile number 4's person's emotional state at this time? And I'll pull some of these and then we will channel. Can't be trusted in the reverse. Okay, I'll take that for consideration. I do feel like there was something this person did and they're trying to earn their sort of trust back here with you. And they're not sure how they can earn their trust back with you is what I feel. Well, let's see. I do feel I gotta sort of leave it like this. Just, we have jealousy. I get jealous when I think of anyone else having you and stealing you away. Did I let a third party get in the way here? Elimination. I'm eliminating anything or anyone that could come between us. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. We have the 2 Pentacles. That's the options or choices. 7 Swords. There's that can't be trusted energy, guys. And then the Empress. Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. I feel like I got new energy here for this reading than I've read in a while. So I'm kind of excited because I feel like pile 2 2. Pile 3 and 4 seem to be new energy that I haven't really channeled. That's what I feel. But anyway, nobody cares about me. So what am I sensing here? Your person's emotional state. I feel they screwed up, you know? This is how they feel. I feel like your person could have definitely let someone get in between you and them. And they see this. And now it's like, uh-oh. It's kind of like, you know, when we speed and then we were caught, it's like we actually are like, oh, why the fuck did I do that? You know? But it's like, well, are you just upset because you got caught? Or are you upset that you did it? It's like, well, I guess I didn't have to speed or something like this. Because I do feel like your person, I don't know if you caught them talking to someone, if they blatantly said to you, like, yeah, it's you and me, baby, or I don't know, whatever. And then at the last minute, they chose the other thing, or their actions chose that person. And it's like they didn't stand behind their word. You know, they could have been telling you one thing or making it one way with you, and then had another sort of world going. And then you trusted them, you believed them, they were supposed to show you something, and I feel this person did not. They could be any one of those sort of flavors, if you will, okay? Or you could have outrightly caught them cheating, you know, at the extreme, because of course this is a general reading. And whatever they did here has lost your trust in them. And now they're saying, oh no, like, we were at a place where you did trust me. I had your respect or your trust at one point, and I ruined it. You left it in my hands, and I did the opposite. And I had a choice here to choose you, to choose correctly, to make a decision here based in truth and integrity and honesty. And what did I do? I chose the thing here that created division between us. And now you're obviously not talking to them, mad at them, whatever you are doing here, you know, in their world. And it's like, I got to prove, because this came through very strong, I got to prove to pile 4 to trust me again because I disappointed them. I don't know, like for some of you guys, if this wasn't a person, this person could have disappointed you in a big way, let you down, you know? It's like had another drink if this person was supposed to sort of not be drinking, you know? Or it's like, I won't go there anymore to my ex's house or something. I don't know. Or like visit so-and-so, or go pass by this place, or do the thing, or hang out with Tommy or Timmy. I don't know. It's really coming through. That energy is here. It's very present as well. Okay. So the lie itself is just, you question the integrity of this person, because either it was through words that they hurt you and they said one thing and then their action did another. And it's like, does their action support their truth of you and this connection? And I really feel like what's coming through here isn't because they got caught, and probably not because you're not talking to them. I feel it's like, I'm kind of stupid. I don't want to do that. Like, let me just get rid of all of that energy that made the division between us, you know, that tempted me or that made me slip, or I don't know. Yeah, I feel for some of you guys, it could definitely be an addiction. I'm seeing cigarettes. So I don't know. Maybe they said, oh, quit smoking or something. I don't know. It's like, well, if you're lying to me about this, I can't really trust you. For others of you guys, it could be, I don't know, through pictures on their phone. It's coming through. I know normally I'm not this vague with it, but it's coming through with a lot of this stuff, you know. or I won't talk to that person no more. And it's like, well, you caught them with that person or talking to them, even if it was innocent. It's like, the point being, you lost trust in them because they did something opposite here, and they had a choice. And their choice was to choose that thing temporarily or however long they did it. And then it created a division. And now they're saying, whoa, you're like the Empress. The Empress is encompassing everything, it is the one. You are the one. You're the one for me, and I was fucking around over here with who knows what. Tommy, Timmy, Booze, Jenny, Johnny, I don't know. So, Empress, divine feminine energy. Taurus, Libra energy here. I feel like your person sees you as beautiful. I see your person sees you as abundant, and also maybe protecting your energy. They definitely see you as protecting your energy here. And maybe in the past, I don't know if you were, I don't want to say gullible, but maybe you were giving them the benefit of the doubt, It's like, I give you the benefit of the doubt. I was waiting to see. I was patient. I was kind. I was whatever. And then it's like, now I have to sort of protect my energy. At least this is how they're seeing you. So what do they want to say to you? Because how they feel like is really loud here. It's like the feeling here is I fucked up, and it's like I wish I could erase the past and undo it. And the more that this happened, the more higher values now I'm putting you on because I can't have you, or now you're removed. Now you're doing your own thing. Now you're blocking me, or you're not sharing with me like you used to. This is what it feels like. Like you're not sharing with me. You're avoiding me, or you're not talking to me. You're not, They feel like you're the one choosing not to do this. So that could be true. It could be they came around to you and you're like, nope, until this, I don't know, until I forgive you, or who knows. I dream about a future with you. So they definitely see you as their dream partner. What does pile number 4's person wants to communicate here? What will they say to pile number 4 if they were to say anything at all? I want to fall asleep next to you. Oops. And the dog, oh my gosh. He's just like, you don't want this person next to you. It's like, get out of here. It's flying away. What's the point of it all? This person feels really like you're their everything, It's almost like, yeah, like I did this pointless thing. It was so a decision, and I ruined such a meaningful thing with such a thing here that didn't mean anything. So it's like, now what's the point of it all? Like, it's like, yeah, something very important got sort of ruined here. The integrity of this relationship, the trust you had in this person. And now it's like, I ruined it. Like, it's just all gone out the window. I have no one to blame but themselves. I need some more time before I can come to you. I feel like this person is scared of you being really upset at them, And I also feel like this person feels you need more time because, I don't know if I pulled these for pile number 3. I feel this person feels you need more time because they feel they hurt you really bad here with something like this. What is it that pile number 4's person wants to communicate to pile number 4? I think they're giving you some time. I think maybe last time you said to them, leave me alone, or I don't know, maybe think of what you did, or I don't know, make it right or something like this. And so it's like, I gotta make sure that if I do come forward, it's not prematurely, that I say the right thing, I'm in the right energy, I can't do this again, but I don't even know if I have another chance. That's the thing. They don't feel that they could or would. They want you to trust them. Let me have you. Yeah, they want you to accept them back again. Wrongful advice. I think they just listened to the wrong part of them. I don't know, devil on the shoulder, and they listened to that part, and they went down the path. It was the wrong choice. Will you choose me? Yeah. So now it's like, will you believe me? Will you choose me? Will you let me hang around here? Will you entertain me again? It's sort of the choice is yours because I screwed up. Definitely. So yeah, I don't think they're doubting how they feel. Think before you act. Exactly. And maybe this is the thing. It's like they were impulsive. I did the thing. And now it's the consequences. And it's like, what did I do? Like, what was the whole point? Like, a useless thing that created this cascade of pain and suffering. What do you want? So 44 is a master number. Integrity as a foundation, treating the earth and home as a temple, manifestation and leadership. I feel like this person was being called to be a leader. I think you were bringing them up to your level. Like, hey, you want to be my emperor, you're going to have to match the energy of the empress. And in order to do this, you're going to have to make some choices here. And maybe they said, okay, but then in their action, they didn't prove it. And this could be the thing is like, I need some more time to be this emperor because you've shown this beautiful empress energy. And it's like, I don't know, like, do you even want to engage with me here? I'm trying to be this emperor, but I ruined it. I did something here. I don't think this person questions at all their feelings for you, okay? Like their desire for you, their needs to right whatever they did here. Let's see, what do they want to say? What does pile number 4's person wants to say to pile number 4? Yeah, I don't think I used the Hermit Tarot for pile 3. Well, let's see. What does pile number 4's person wants to communicate here? If they were to say anything at all, what would they say? And more? All right. They'll say, I never experienced this intense connection before. So you're felt on a steep soul level here. I am secretly obsessed with you. I don't think this is a secret, but all right. I think you don't know the extent and the depth of it because it's like, why would someone act like this? If you really loved me, if this was true, if this was deep, if this was based on integrity, honesty, and depthness, then why would you do what you did here? And that's this thing. Like, I don't even think this person understands why they did what they did. I am learning a spiritual lesson. Exactly. This lesson is one of consequences, Sad, really. I sabotage this connection and I regret it. Yes, that's the highlight. I'm always here for you. I feel this person is really remorseful. It doesn't mean you got to take them back, but I do feel like this person wants to be in your world. I feel this person wouldn't turn you down if you contacted them. I feel if they're not coming forward, it's because they feel like you want space. They want to honor you in a way here. And maybe it's like, because they created this pain, you might say, why aren't you respecting my boundary, Or you did this and now you hurt me. Now you can just come around and they don't want to do this. It's like, no, I really don't want to hurt pile number 4. I really don't want, after everything I put them through, I should honor them space. I should, protect them in a way here that, I don't know, doesn't escalate things. So we're going to look at their next move. I don't know. It seems very cautious. It's like, I got to be very cautious. I don't want to ruin it any further. I need to be very in tune with pile 4's energy so that I don't ruin it further. So let's see. Pile 4's person, what are they going to do next? Please keep in mind that it's, as far as I can see, will be up to a point of free will when this person needs to make a choice with their consciousness that right now might not be determined. Okay, so we'll ask as far as we can kind of see here regarding their next move based on where the energy is at. Clear and concise message regarding pile 4's person's next move. I almost feel like this person feels like a deer in headlights. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I can say. I'm just sitting here like a big fool. Even getting pulled to this again. Like Jesus is sort of his face palm here. It's like, oh, I can't believe I did that, So silly of me to choose something so insignificant and make such a mess. That's what it seems like here. Okay, what's their next move? I'm showing that one. All right, next move, action towards pile number 4. 7 cups in the reverse. So they got to get out of this because right now it's like, yeah, it's overwhelming. Deer in headlights, like I said, like if I say this and then you get mad and say, why didn't you respect me? Then it's worse. And if I don't talk to you, then you say, well, you didn't come, you don't care. And if I there's just too much noise right here with this 7 cups. Okay, they got to come out of the 3 of cups in reverse. So again, this energy that I let this 3rd thing get in the way and I got to eliminate. That's what one of these cards said, eliminate the thing that got in the way. It created the confusion. It created the open door. It created the backdoor thing. And again, this is I'm getting heavy drinking too for somebody here. They had a drink. They told you they wouldn't. And they could have been drinking when they did it. No excuse, but it's like intoxicated or something like this. It could be symbolic or a metaphor for under the influence, that made me do it. The influence of what? I don't know. Another substance, took wrong advice, like it said. I don't know. Okay, High Priestess went against my better judgment. I knew better. I felt better, and I did the opposite. And this is a not knowing, because I feel like this person truly doesn't know, like, where are you at? Like, I don't know if you're mad. I don't know if you'll forgive me. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know, like, what the repercussions of my actions are going to really result in here. And there's like an anxiety of not knowing or seeing, where this is going to lead, this whole thing. Yeah, the Fool's in the beginning. So this is about what they'll do. I think it's really tied into your energy as well. I feel like this person is capable of a new beginning with you. And what they really want to do is leave the baggage behind. But it's easy for them to say because they're the ones that brought the baggage in, It's just like, if I could leave this third energy or this addiction or this disappointing action, and this, for some of you guys, like I said, they prioritize this other thing here. And it's like, if they could just like step in here and have a new beginning with you, they would want this. But this doesn't really mean anything to you, because it's just like, you still hurt me, or you still did the thing, And so it really, I think, sits in, do you forgive this person? Are you willing to give this person another chance? Is this something you guys want to take a chance on to see how it will develop from here? If baggage is removed and healing is done here with this snake, can we be wiser from our experience here and not to do the same thing? And I feel like this person doesn't know whether you would accept them baggage free without this third thing in the way, willing to try, but not knowing, because I don't think that they know, like, and nobody knows, like, this fool could just go and create another drama, and the fool could walk into the best thing ever. It's like, it really is about, I guess, an innocent heart and an intention to want to do the right thing. But it's like, but I don't necessarily know where it's going to lead us. I just know that I don't want to, like, do what I did do, because I know it hurt you, and I know that I had a helping hand in this thing. So I don't see this person coming forward. I see them being there. And I don't know if you said, I'll come to you when I'm ready to talk or something like this, or they just think, oh, you know where to find me. I'm going to give you space to breathe, so you know where to find me, I am going to pull just one card here just to see, Spirit, is there anything I need to know or need to communicate that I missed here for Pile 4 that Pile 4 needs to know? What does Pile 4 need to know about this person's next move? What did I miss? So one more card to wrap up this reading. There it is. The Page of Swords, communication and understanding. I think you're coming to communicate with them. I don't know. I don't know if, maybe some of you guys are saying, no, I don't want to talk to this person. I don't know if they're just hanging out around your social media, if they're in your world, sort of just there, with people that you know. It's like, how is Pile 4? Is Pile 4 still mad? Like, tell Pile 4, like, if they want to talk, or I'm here, or just, I don't know, energetically sending you smoke signals or something, and then I think you might need to, well, you can do whatever you want, but I think upon reflection or upon new understandings that you might have, you might start to see things a little bit differently. Like, yes, they did do what they did here, but I feel like there's more to the story that we still don't understand or see. And I feel it's on both sides. And I feel like the only way to get the whole meal deal here or see the truth is to engage. Otherwise, we're just sort of cutting it short and we never know. And I think there's more here that needs to come out. There's more truths that need to be experienced or spoken. And I do feel like your person is going to definitely keep an eye on you, and I feel like your person wants you to communicate with them. I feel they'll be open to communicate with you. I feel your person wants a new beginning, wants to leave the past in the past. I don't feel your person wants to hurt you. I feel like Spirit's talking about there being more to experience here, but this energy can walk into pain for sure, because it's like, we don't know what we don't know. We're at the early stages of development and asking questions and finding out, and the fool doesn't know, and it's just going to sort of walk into whatever it walks into here. It's kind of an innocent energy. So I think there's an innocence here. There's a willingness. It's like, but I don't know what I don't know. And all I do know is what I experienced, and it didn't feel good. And I do know what goes against my intuition. And I do know that I want to sort of keep an eye on you here, or understand what's happening between you and I, So I do feel it's you guys, I don't know, communicating with this person somehow. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this whole thing. But there will be future communication. Now, for pile number 3, I did do timing because it felt relevant. And for you guys, I do feel it's relevant as well. But as we know with tarot, timing is just sort of a loose thing of energy. Okay, so take this as sort of confirmation for this being your reading. There goes my email. If it's going to give you an anniversary, a birthday, a significant milestone. Now, this could be when there's communication happening or movement. Okay, so we have Pisces here and Aquarius energy. For timing, when will pile 4 be in contact, or when's the next sort of shift here energetically for the collective tapped into this reading, Spirit? For the greatest and highest good of pile 4. We have April. Remember, my readings are timeless here. Okay. So April 18th could be a birthday. I'm also seeing September 18th. Okay. January 8th could certainly be a birthday. August 1st is coming through. Give it time. It's in the works. And more January. So we definitely could have a January birthday. January 8th. I'm also really drawn to these flowers, which is spring. So if you're anywhere in the North America, you could certainly be in the spring energy here. Okay. So late spring. Yeah, January is really coming through. This is so interesting how this energy's pulled through. Same with pile 3. It was like I was getting March energy. There I'm really getting January. Yeah. January pulling through. I don't know. Maybe it's confirmation for someone's birthday here, It's like this is your person's energy. And maybe it's up to you. Like, give it time. It's in the works when you come forward here. But January feels strong. January 15th. I'm feeling strong Capricorn energy from this January energy. Okay. One more. When will there be movement here? The time is now. And I got some August energy here. 88's a master number. A higher calling that is grounded in self-awareness and reverence for life. What did I say about some sort of understanding or epiphany? I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of revelation you have to have about self in some way here. And then say, okay, let me, discuss this with this person. Because I do feel there's something about self-awareness or self in some regard, but your person is definitely getting some sort of self revelation, realization. Some of you guys, August definitely could be, if you're no contact, but I feel it's sooner, because I feel like you're the driver of this. Okay. But for confirmation, like I said, there's a lot of January, April, spring energy coming through. There's a 15th, the 18th, the 8th, the 1st. Okay, so yeah, this is what I have, pile number 4. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you guys at the next one. All right, bye-bye.